Going live in 3, 2, 1, start.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to Natter Negosyo. Natter Negosyo is a brief conversation on business. Today, we have with us Miss Audrey Regis of Audrey's Confectioneries. Hello, Miss Audrey. Maayong
Hello
hapon.
everyone! Maayong hapon!
How are you, Miss Audrey? Since last year, nga pandemic, how's your business?
Well, right now we're still surviving, ma'am. Especially during this pandemic. So
Okay,
coping up, ma'am.
pero kumusta ang business? I mean, how's it doing?
The
Is it,
business is heavily affected, ma'am.
okay.
Akong products is if
Itong
there's no
chocolates nito, di ba?
yes, the dried mango coated in salted caramel. It's designed and ang purpose ana is for pasalubong. So if there is no tourism, I'm afraid there is no sales in the grocery and all the airport pasalubong centers in the airport, which is ang pinakakusog nako, is actually closed sa karon. So I'm really very heavily affected.
At
So
ato sa ipakita ang chocolate sa para at least kibaw sila kung unsa gina imong products.
yes, ma'am.
Yata.
Thank you.
Share. Okay, guwapa kay si Miss Reyes. Oh.
Oh, wow, thank you kayo, ma'am. Akong FB. Wow, FB
Okay,
profile.
ang muna imong chocolates. Okay, tell us about these products of yours. Murag daghan man wasad kay bawa ani mga products nimo. So might as
Yes, ma'am.
well do a
Daghan
sales.
pa. Yes, daghan pag wa kaila sa mango caramel.
Yes.
Yeah.
Pero nakatilaw na ko anela mi ni siya sa
Of course,
tinuod.
ma'am. Every time I
Sige,
have a
sige,
new
sales
product,
talk.
every time I have a new product na agad dayon sa DTI, kamog yun ang ginipig nako. So, anyways, ma'am.
Kaning murag I think this is mango, unsa ni siya? Cinnamon or something?
Oh no, this is wala ko yung cinnamon, but you gave me just a good idea, ma'am. These are dried mangoes. So, ang mango chocolate, daghan na kaayog manufacturers here in Cebu.
Okay.
Even in Metro Manila, daghan nangopya. So, this product has been available almost 8 years na, ma'am. We're going 8 years October of this year. Yay! Nag-survive sa pandemic, good. Anyways, this is dried mangoes coated with salted caramel. So I have it in 4 variants or 4 flavors, which are the classic, that's dried mango coated with salted caramel. Then I have it with with salted caramel. Then with yung kanina na slide was the premium dark chocolate. This is the one with pistachio. Yes.
Okay.
That's the most sellable one. And ang pangalawa is actually the cashew. I don't know if you have a photo of it. So, naapod siya salted caramel, naapod siya cashew, and
Okay.
yan. So, what I did was actually made a delicacy using the famous Cebu dried mangoes. I was, there was a column written about my products in the Royal Brunei Airline news magazine, and they actually focused on my product in year 2017 when they discovered this. So they made a 2-pager pagyud mama, 2-pager na write up, and they were focusing on this, and they're the ones who described this as Audrey's Confectioneries put the funky in Cebu dried mangoes.
Wow.
So I'm so lucky, ma'am. I actually was afraid na, until when will I ride this out? This yung the mango caramel product line to become famous ba? Kasi it's one of a kind. Who would ever thought of dried mangoes na ay salted caramel and mulami siya? Mas masabot siyang
And
kalami.
plus, nindot ang yung design sa packaging nimo, ha? Who designed that?
I paid particular attention to the design, ma'am. Because I wanted to elevate our Filipino products. So that's exactly what I noticed about our products. I wanted to be that when you buy it, when you give it as pasalubong, because these are pasalubong items, ma'am. Kung let's say buadto ka from here, i-visit ka sa Cebu, you'll give it as pasalubong. Mag-ingon sila, asa ka gikan? Gikan ka sa Cebu o gikan ka sa Amerika? Kasi naay nag-mistake na product na nila because nga of the design pa lang, wa pa sila katilaw. Design pa lang, nag-ingon na sila, mura man ni gikan sa London? Mura man ni gikan sa California? Kaya the design is so nice. But actually, ma'am, it's all Filipino. The Maya bird used to be the national bird of the Philippines before nahimong eagle. And the Maya bird is what's on our mango tree. That's a mango tree.
Yes,
In the design of the packaging.
It's very colorful, manggod. Muna siya eye-catching gid siya ba?
Yes, ma'am. So that's the Maya who keeps eating, pecking on the mangoes. So, kanang nabuslot niya, di na siya mupasar sa drying of mangoes. Kaya na may, nasugatan na ba? So, they're the ones who really love the mangoes too, those Maya birds. So it's very Filipino actually, the touch of the design, but yet they said mura manig international design pa lang.
How did you start this business, ma'am? Kay na may ubang mga tao nga who would want to know how you started. Practice may inspired po sila ba? You used to work in a corporate setting, di ba?
Yes, ma'am. I was a banker for 22 long years since I graduated.
So what made you decide to become a businesswoman?
I became a mother at a young age. I'm sorry, at a late age. I gave birth at the age of 40 na. My first ever and only son. And during that time, I noticed na after 2 years old na yung anak ko, mas close pa sa akong yaya. So I wanted freedom in managing my own time. So the only way I can do that is to become my own boss. Right? And I used to work for, at that time I resigned, I worked for Citibank. And Citibank is really kanang dedicated na banking for everything has to be kanang dedicated na I'll have to work really early in the morning. We start at 8 o'clock, and then we even end work past 7 o'clock na. Almost every day. Ma'am, excuse me lang ha.
Yeah.
Oh. I don't have COVID. I just had to wipe my nose. I'm very healthy. I work out every day and make sure that my immune system is strong. That's the only way to fight this pandemic. So, ma'am.
Yeah.
So,
continue.
yes, I was a banker and I became a mother at a very late age, at 40. And that's when I decided I needed to gain control of my own time. And having a business is the way to do it. Although I really had so much hesitation because I was used to my salary being given to me 15th and 30th. And this time, dili na, of course, right?
Yes, of course. What ka gikuyawan or na kay apprehensions at that time?
Boy, I've been thinking of going into business siguro mga even when I was in grade 5, grade 6. So my mom never gave us a lot for allowance. I think the most grade 1 ko 1 peso, grade 2 ko 2 pesos. Kada grade ba mo increase og 1 peso. Pag-abot siguro grade 5 like 10 pesos. Then nabi lunch na lang ba. Kasi may mapalit sa 10 pesos during that time. So what I did was me and my sister every night would bake after school and magbalik yung mig snacks. Kanang lemon squares, pulburon, entrepreneurial na mi. Gamay pa lang
nag-practice na day mo.
Yes, and then I really wanted to go to a nice school for college, but of course my mom couldn't afford it. So every Christmas I bake 3,000 pieces of those famous fruit cakes. and my mommy would sell it, and I would sell it too to my close friends.
Mm-mm.
And those 3,000 fruitcakes, this is what paid for my tuition in college.
Wow.
So every December, good, grabe good, why tuluganay? So I was entrepreneurial na, and I would sell T-shirts to my classmates.
Mm-mm.
I went to De La Salle University at the Taft, and then
Mm-mm.
on weekends I'd go to Pampanga, buy those T-shirts tag 75 pesos, and I'd sell it for 150 to my
Mm-mm.
classmates. So they know me as the entrepreneurial classmate pa. Ay, palit ka!
Mm-mm.
Ani? So it's actually nice looking back that my mom did not give so much allowance, but
Mm-mm.
that made gave us this
Oo.
entrepreneurial spirit ba.
Resourcefulness po.
Yes, oo. So at a very young age, nakasanayan na. Then after, yun nga, 22 years, no? So I got used to working na, empleyado na good, and that
Oo.
taking that leap of faith na, oh, shucks, later on in my life pa yun. Karon pa ba ako
Oh,
mag-eksperimento na
nothing is too
tigulang
late.
nako? Oo, tigulang na gid ko, di ba? Tigulang nako, then karon pa ako mag-experiment.
Oo.
But I noticed, since I'm the mother nga, no?
Mm-mm.
So, ma'am,
Mm-mm.
excuse me. I would go to the groceries. I really noticed how much ang tourism is booming in Cebu.
Mm-mm.
So, sa section ng ang mga tao naagid sa lane kung asa ang
Mm-mm.
mga pasalubong.
Mm-mm.
Di gid na mawad-an og tawod sa
Mm-mm.
pasalubong lane.
Mm-mm.
And true enough, ang replenished na rack all the time is the one na dried mangoes.
Mm-mm.
So I said, I need to do a twist on this product. This
Mm-mm.
is what I will concentrate on if I had a business. So I started experimenting, and true
Mm-mm.
enough, I was I was right in thinking that I should concentrate on this, because on this product, the Cebu dried mangoes, because there was a demand for a variety. In fact, ang akong background ba, 22 years worth of banking. I was
Mm-mm.
in sales. So I'm
Mm-mm.
used to being in front of people selling the banking products, be it deposit or be it
Mm-mm.
the loan products of the bank.
Mm-mm.
So I even if I didn't have contacts in the groceries,
Mm-mm.
I knew how to knock on the doors, make a call, and
Mm-mm.
ask for an appointment to sell my product and present it to
Mm-mm.
them. But fortunately, after just 2 weeks, 1 week pa nga lang, 1 week pa lang
Mm-mm.
of displaying this product in the
Mm-mm.
my first flavor, the Mango Caramel Classic,
Mm-mm.
in the airport, the president of Rustans saw the product, which is the Mango Caramel Cashew, and they called me right away. And when they
Mm-mm.
called me right away, ma'am,
Mm-mm.
they ordered, first order pa lang, initial was for the 5 branches nationwide of
Wow.
Rustan's department store. So I
Mm-mm.
was really like super surprised. Wala
Mm-mm.
na gamit ang akong selling skills.
Ah. Okay, daghan
Diba?
na gud kayong iyang paliton.
Ilalagi, daghan kaayo. So I was like, I was so surprised, and I was so busy. I didn't
Mm-mm.
anymore have time. I only had 2 staff that time, and we were
Mm-mm.
making it from my very own kitchen pa at that
Mm-mm.
time. So at that time, wala pa ko'y machine, automatic packing machine
Mm-mm.
that so mano-mano ni tanan, ma'am. And
Mm.
wala pa ko ani na this is not the first design of the box. It
Mm.
was really just very simple. Ako lang ang naghimo. But this design now that you're looking at
Yeah.
is the design of my niece. She's actually a graphic artist. So she really makes, and that's her job, packaging designs. So
Nasortihan gyud ka, ma'am.
yeah, mao good. In fact, during the hard lockdown, online ang iyahang trabaho. She was we're reporting to this European company,
Mm.
and she mas nisamot ang iyahang trabaho kay mas everybody's buying online naman globally.
Yes.
So she's the one, you know those sa Amazon na daghan og photo na
Yeah.
lain-lain ang
Yes.
profile ng product. She's the one who enhances those photos for this company in Europe.
Unique siya design.
So she does this for me. So all my other yes, very very unique. And those design katong tree and the birds, those are designed using hand on computer. That's how good she is.
Mm.
Yeah, and in
Good
fact,
siya.
those birds, lain-lain na, dili na siya gi-cut and paste. Lain-lain na siya.
So,
So
mura
there,
sa...
ma'am. So when I started the business, I was so surprised. Excuse me, viewers. I have to
Sige
keep
lang, okay
my
lang. They
face. I know.
understand.
Like, so anyways, yun, and then soon after, ma'am, mga a month after, my gosh, I received naman a phone call from SM Kultura. And then after a month, they sent their contract already for me to supply to them. I was so busy, I couldn't actually keep up with the demand for the orders. I delayed submitting the contract. After 1 year pa, Kultura was following up all the time na once a month. Then finally, after a year, that's the only time I submitted to them.
But at least you have time to prepare.
Yeah, I wanted to build a separate working area na operations area, a factory na yun. So I built this two-story for the mango caramel. Initially, Bob, I was selling pan. I wanted to open a bake shop. So in my area, I bought na two heavy-duty oven. Nagbaligya ko og pandesal. And then, during that time that I was selling this pandesal, ang akong pandesal, naanagid siya kanang mutok-tok lang ba sa akong gate na nagbutang ko og pandesal, hot pandesal available every 3 p.m. And then I was doing that while I was still working at Citibank. So ang akong mga office mates mag-order sila pandesal every time na may meeting. And then my neighbors, they would come over here kay wala may nearby na walking distance lang within my area good. And my that time, ma'am, okay na siya ha. I mean, within my neighborhood, ma'am, ang akong pandesal was selling 10,000 daily na. So, lipay pud ko. But at that time, I was, I thought of the mango caramel. After that Rustans deal lang, ma'am, gistop na nako ang pandesal. Kay labor intensive. Wala na ko'y time. And when you're a supplier of these big companies, ma'am, you get penalized if you can't meet the deadline for delivery. So that is also true with SM. Kasi it's an opportunity lost for them if you don't deliver on time. Yeah.
Yes,
So
correct.
so that's when I actually this is the time also that I got discovered by Ma'am Nanette Arbon in the airport.
Speaking of Ma'am Nanette, kumusta ang katong KMME? When did you join KMME?
Yeah. Oh, it's a good thing that she discovered me. And
that was a year after you started your business?
Yes, ma'am. So after a year that I started the business, that's when Ma'am Nanette discovered me in the airport. And she loved it so much that she told me to enroll in the KMME. And then she introduced me to Sir Mark. And true enough, I was so busy that time, ma'am. What the way they explained KMME to me was they invited me. Basta si Sir Mark o si Ma'am Nanette mag-invite gid sa ako for training from DTI. Larga gid ko, I drop everything.
What's sila ni-mention? It's a mentoring and coaching?
No, they didn't mention it to me because if they would mention even to me that it's a dedicated almost 3-month program for every Tuesday I will be there, I'd actually hesitate. Back out ko. Pero pag-abot na ako dito, first day of the KMME batch 3 or 4. Batch 4 banunta. Batch 3 to. Batch 4 to. And then it was the mentees were there and they were telling their story, how they started, etc., and all, how they became big and all with the help of the KMME program. So I got really interested. I I went to the sidebar and asked Sir Mark. I said, Sir Mark, I thought lagi ning program na ni. wa ka nag-invite na ako. That's ingon siya. That's why you're here. I want to join now, the program now. Yun siya, ma'am, full naman. Dito na lang kasunod. Because there's actually a pila. Sabi ko,
Yeah.
hala, na ay pila and twice a year lang ang program. Sabi
Uh-uh.
ko, I want to join.
Yes.
I need this. And then, ingon siya, sige, I'll make you pila for the next batch. And then I
Mm-mm.
said, excuse me, I want to join this now. I need this now. Ingon siya, pag naay mo back out, ma'am, sige ma'am, kung kay dili gyud pwede na mag-absent kay kung mag-absent ka bisan usa lang ka times di gyud ka mahatagan og certificate, out
Mm-mm.
ka ana. Ko no, I'm dedicating myself to this. If there is someone who will back out, too bad for them. I want in now. Dili ko ganahan na next match pa.
Nagi
So
ni back out.
naagid ni back out. So naka-appeal ko on the fourth batch, ma'am, in
Mm.
Cebu City. So I was so happy. Because daghan gyud I am where I am right now because of that KMME, ma'am.
What have you learned sa KMME nga you're applying to your business?
There's a lot, ma'am, and marketing is the most important one, including the regulatory requirements of the government, especially FDA on food
Mm.
handling, food
Mm-mm.
manufacturing. Daghan kaayo na I wouldn't have known. Mas daghan pag research, mas daghan pag dausik na time, effort, and money. Because it involves money ba every time you do a testing for food.
Mm-mm.
Excuse me. So, I first thing is it's really from basic, ma'am, the KMME program that they will teach you on first uh, that's your packaging need improvement, packaging design.
Mm-mm.
Is your packaging material the right one for your
Mm-mm.
product? They even
Mm-mm.
teach you that. These little things, everything that matters in a business. So even the wordings, the requirement of regulations on labeling, apil pud na. So tanan gyud your logo to the simple details like your logo. There was one mentee
Mm.
who actually even does mentoring for Singapore SMEs.
Mm.
And I'm so sorry, I forgot his name, but he made such a big impact in my business.
Mm.
Um, he he actually tells you the truth right in your face if your product is good or not, which is really good and what is important because we as entrepreneurs we tend to fall in love with our product. It's really
Mm.
good, it's really good. But what really matters is not what my opinion is, but the customers, 'di ba?
Mm.
Kasi
Yes.
sila yung bibili eh. So that is what matters. So we tend to fall in love na when we get a comment which is negative, we tend to be so sensitive, magluod,
And defensive.
instead of improving.
Oh.
Every customer feedback, every negative feedback is welcome. That is and should be the attitude of an entrepreneur. Right, ma'am?
Right.
Yeah, so someone says it's too sweet. I should do something about it. Pinaka times na gid ko nag-improve to make it perfect. So it's continuous. If you say it was good in 2016 when you tasted it
Mm.
first, you should try it now. It's much better. It's it's much better na
Sige,
gyud.
palit niya ko.
Na
Palit na sa
sige ma'am.
kubalik.
Support ha. Support me. So yeah, so that's what happened, ma'am. And then there's taxation also. And what truly I cannot forget is that that time, if you're a startup, good ma'am, your budget is really small, 'di ba? Ang capital nimo.
Mm.
And DTI knows this and acknowledges this, that at that time ay kadaghan palang testing required by DOST for food. So when I found out about that, I was like, saan na lang ni kung why wa ko sa KMME ba? I mean even my existing Rustans, existing SM would eventually actually kick me out of their door if I didn't get
Mm.
all these food certifications.
Mm.
And to get a food certification, ma'am, per per flavor. Grabe kamahal. So, I was open enough to, and DTI actually acknowledges this. And depending on the budget, ma'am, um, I was lucky enough that at that time, uh, DTI, depending on the budget, ito ha, listeners, depending on the budget, the nice thing about being with KMME is that DTI realizes um, that capital is really not that much for us micro small business owners. And if there is a budget, at that time, luckily for me, there was a budget to fund this laboratory testing for my products. And I was a part of 11 that got handpicked that will be funded for the DOST microbiological and everything else that is required to get the necessary certificates. So eventually, my products can be exported. So the KMME is a training good ma'am that is really needed for every SME because they may really make you sit down and think about where you want to go and where you want to be in the next 2 years.
Oh, yes.
So that's, and then aside from that, kailangan ka naa ka diri in the next 2 years. Unsay buhaton nimo para makaabot ka diha? So that's what KMME did to me. I plotted and what is needed uh per level of where I want to be. So
Okay, naman kay bagong product, di ba, ma'am? You wanted to talk about your new, relatively new product, kaning
yes,
samosa.
this is my lockdown baby, ECQ baby.
Na conceptualize ni pag last year? Just last year?
During the hard lockdown, ma'am. So since the mango caramel or any pasalubong, even just the regular na dried mango, banana chips was not selling in the groceries. Despite nag-buy one, take one na, ana, because it's wala good tourism. Wala good na halin. I had to make during that time a essential product. So I know everybody is in lockdown and if busamot pagud ni everybody's refrigerator needs to be well stocked up. So I made a frozen product and it's called vegetable samosa because we all need to eat our vegetables and love it too at the same time. And ato ang source of vegetable samosas is actually imported. But during that time, excuse me, the groceries were telling me na dili kasud ang mga imported items um because of the limited cargo vessel that was coming in during that time. So this is now available in the groceries. All you need to do, there's 8 pieces of vegetable samosas. It's like, ang vegetable samosas, ma'am, it's like the Indian empanada. No? So, kani siya, fusion na of the Filipino and Indian cuisine. Okay, Filipino man ta. So inside the 8 pieces of frozen samosa na iprito na lang every time you crave for it. Excuse me. Naa siya sa sauce.
Unsa grocery?
Naa siya sa Savemore, naa siya sa Metro Gaisano, naa siya sa Enzo Meat Shop. 31 branches na ni around Cebu City. So frozen siya, all you need to do is to, and then pagkahuman, prito, dayon, and then naanay sauce, ma'am. This is selling for 188 pesos only. And naana siya apil na ang green sauce which is the coriander mint and the masala sauce. And grabe gid kalami ang sauce, Ma'am Joji.
Oh, basta ikaw mo himo, lamig yung tingali na.
Oh, thank you, ma'am.
Ako katilaw ha, but I'm willing to try.
Yeah, so naani siya, I think ang pinaka doon sa inyong opisina is the one in Seaside, Savemore, the groceries. Where do you live ba, ma'am?
At sa may Labangon.
Labangon?
So Seaside
so you're near Mambaling. Mambaling, yes. Metro Gaisano.
Yes. Ah, okay.
Naapod ni dito.
Na dito. Okay, sige. I'll keep that in mind. Siguro after dire ka sa atong interview mo ato nako dito.
Oh, so palit na mo.
Palit ako.
And pag-post, ma'am, kay ma'am ka, friendship, ma'am. We need
Yes,
all the
yes. Of
posts.
course, oy.
Yeah, we need
Tante
all
ka.
the exposure ani na product. Different
Now,
helping
how
out.
is it doing so far?
So far na available siya sa Cebu. It's
Mm-mm.
actually
Doing
doing
well?
well. Doing well. I do personally the deliveries, ma'am.
Mm-mm.
And every time I deliver, mag-ingon lang ko, ma'am, unahay mo pass by ba? Ganahan ko, ako gid mag-deliver, ako gid nag-display in the groceries. Hands-on gid ta
Really?
karon. So, pag-display na ako, ma'am, naay mo agi ba? Ma'am,
Uh,
basin ganahan ka mo try ani bag-o lang ni bag-o super hot new item ng Cebu, made in Cebu City na. You can be
mm-mm.
proud supportahan ang atong mga local manufacturers, ma'am. Sir, especially the foreigners, ma'am, na
Mm-mm.
foreigner na nag-message sa ako, ma'am ba?
Uh,
Niadto ko sa Edzo, ani na branch. It's not there. I've been going back for three times already. It's not there. I had to call
uh,
the commissary and tell
uh,
them, hey, please dispatch to your branch. It's nice because I now I know I even have loyal customers na, followers ba? Na
uh,
sige palit ani na
nangita
nag-ingon
na
na
ana.
ako, "Oy, I just went to ning branch ko ang gamay na lang ang imuhang stock ha. Pag deliver na dito." So this is it. Please go to your local groceries and look for this in the frozen section.
Um,
Only 188 pesos. And 8
okay.
pieces na siya, naapay duha ka sauce apil na.
Okay na kayo na pang dinner or pang
Actually, it's good for
breakfast?
breakfast, lunch, even merienda.
Oh, yes. Okay, kuan man. Kanang dali raman kayo siya ma-prepare. Igor raman
Yes,
ka mo
iprito
iprito.
lang siya, ma'am.
Oo.
So, karon ma'am, kani ang
So it's
nagbuhi na
even
ako.
doing better than the kuan nimo, katong chocolate, mango.
Right now, well, so far, ma'am, this 2021, it started really great. Because whatever was delivered last in nationwide in all the branches of Kultura,
Mm-mm.
so na sold out naman. So
Ah,
for like the whole year of 2021, 2020, their last order, last delivery was a week before the closure, the lockdown,
oo.
which is March 16.
Oo.
And then starting the
Mm-mm.
first week of January 2021, I got a big order for all the Cultura SM branches. Nag-restock
Mm-mm.
na sila. So, mango caramel is back in circulation. So, all the branches have
Oo.
fresh
I think
stocks.
it's not just tourists ang interesado ana imong mango caramel. I think
Um,
also the locals. I
y-
believe so, ah.
yes, ma'am. I hope so. Yeah, the locals, ma'am. It's selling even if there's local tourism. It will sell, ma'am. In
Mm.
fact, during the hard lockdown, there was a famous Cebuano photographer who was hired for a Manila job out, and
Mm.
his office mates na Manila-based ang giingon na pasalubong pagpalit og mango caramel, you have to bring so one case
Mm.
order sa ako. One case has 50
Mm.
pieces good of the photos of the mango caramel. So even if under basta naalay tourism, bisan domestic tourism lang, mahalin good ang
Mm.
mango caramel, ma'am.
Mm.
Because it's super unique. It's the only one of its kind,
Mm.
and I'm happy no one has copied yet.
So, Miss Audrey, do you have words of wisdom for our new entrepreneurs or would-be entrepreneurs? Ato sa niposo na atong PowerPoint ha kadiyot. Okay. So you have words of wisdom for our would-be entrepreneurs and new entrepreneurs.
um, for would-be entrepreneurs, it's like me. It's never too late. Yung to take that leap of faith to becoming a business owner. No matter how old you are, even if 50 years old, the mo 55. If you think you have a really very good product, like what I had, kada good sugod pa ko grade 5 lemon squares. Pag-abot sa high school, fruit cake. Pag-abot sa college, um, fruit fruit cake. Og t-shirts. So, but if you think that you really have a good product, which in my case at that time is the dried mangoes with the twist that I made, then go for it, because it's not really just having that leap of faith. Mo leap of faith ka, and then ang product ni mo, it's not the right one. So it has to be a combination po. Take that leap of faith when you know there is a demand or a call or a requirement in the market, which I answered, right? So that's my advice to the
Okay.
would-be entrepreneurs. And it
For
doesn't,
those who would like to go into business at this time, what can you say?
for those who would want to go to business at this time, I would suggest that they go into essentials. Because right now, so since I am going to the groceries, the kaayo ni grocery, personally, I'm delivering it. I get a chance to talk to uh, these people who are in the groceries, working the groceries, from the promodizers to the stockman to the branch manager. And of course, I do notice it
Mm,
also. It's really the essentials lang, ma'am, ang
mm,
sigigdahalin these days.
mm,
So there's still fear in the minds of the people that uh, dili pagid sila mogasto on non-essential. So it's
mm,
best if you go into essentials, ma'am, as of
mm.
this time. And make sure na pandemic proof ang inyong products kay naglisod gid ko. So but anyways, if you really have that entrepreneurial spirit, ma'am, normally entrepreneurs are creative, 'di ba? So
Mm.
if you're that creative na ay pandemic, tanawa ang unsay nahimo nako. Napa-advertise
Inspired
sa
by the pandemic.
inspired by the pandemic. Oh, 'di ba? And then it's so funny, ma'am, because I have, of course, a lot of Indian friends. And
Yeah.
they're like, ordering also, maayo gid daw, kuhang-kuha ang Indian taste. It's like, oh,
Uh-huh.
that's really nice, di ba?
Oo.
And they know that it got, I didn't make it too spicy because there are, of course, not a lot of people who like spicy, but
Mm.
the samosas, ma'am, is really spicy when you eat
Yeah.
the Indian samosas.
Oo.
So, and even the sauce, I did not make it too spicy. So it's perfect for us. Yeah.
So, Miss Audrey, salamat gyud kaayo sa imong time. You're actually one of my favorite
Oh,
interviewees kay
thank you.
you're eloquent
Thank
and
you so much.
charming. So, salamat
Everybody
kayo
knows
for
that.
giving us your time and
You're
to
always welcome.
guest sa atong Natter Negosyo. So, thank you. And I hope nga mo boom more ang imong business. I hope
Thank you.
nga ang imong samosa mas mo sell pag-ayo.
Oh, thank you so much, ma'am. I need
Okay,
all the
so
prayers. We all need the
yes,
prayers
of
right
course,
now, ma'am.
we need to support each other.
Yeah, that's right. I see nga
Yes.
your effort, ma'am, sa groceries. Daghan kaayo, go local DTI.
Mm.
Yeah, it's very nice what you're doing to assist and support all of us.
So thank you
Because
kayo again. Thank you, Miss Audrey Regis.
thank you.
Mabuhay sa imong negosyo. Mabuhay to
Buhay
you and
yapon!
mabuhay sa imong negosyo.
Thank you,
And
ma'am.
good afternoon. So,
Good afternoon also.
salamat. Bye-bye.
Bye!